Welcome to the late night edition of Breakfast with Bob. We are here at the ITU Hall of Fame dinner. Again, we are brought to you by Epson. We're viewing our interviews on triathlete.com. Our next guest, the latest inductee into the ITU Hall of Fame, Michellie Jones, Ironman champion, two-time ITU champion, silver medalist, and now she's got this awesome new trophy. How cool is this?
Very cool. You know, it's actually very emotional because then all of a sudden you sort of start reflecting back and go,
yeah,
oh my goodness, I did do that. And, you know, I first started racing triathlon back in 1988.
Right.
And here we are 27 years later. And, you know, it is awesome to be recognized for your achievements. But, you know, triathlon has come such a long way. So many great things has happened to my favorite sport.
Right, absolutely.
And I've met so many wonderful people through sport, and I continue to have wonderful opportunities, as you know. It's almost breakfast time for me because
I've racing tomorrow morning.
7 a.m.
Kelly.
Yeah, which means I'm pretty sure she's got her alarm set for 4:30 a.m. So that's only a few hours away.
So when I think back to Tahiti, 88, 89, 90, whenever the heck that was. But at that point, you were a young triathlete. You didn't know what was going to happen. Came to the States sort of on a wing and a prayer. School teacher on leave, trying to think, well, can I make it in this new country with this new sport? When you think back to those times, this has to be pretty special.
You know, definitely. I could never have scripted my triathlon story. There's no doubt about it. And it's so rewarding, and my sport keeps giving. And you know, it's amazing because, you know, when you tell people, you know, I'm Olympic silver medalist, you know, I've won the ITU World Championships twice, you know, I'm Xterra World Champion, Ironman World Champion, Age Group World Champion, and now get the opportunity to
potentially get a gold medal at the Paralympics.
Yeah, you know, it is an amazing story, and I'm not quite the spring chicken I used to be.
But you're still pretty darn fast.
But I'm still as passionate, still love this sport, and I think that's why I've done it for so many years, because it is a hard sport and you have lots of ups and downs, but it's definitely worth it.
The toughest part, and one of the things that I think it was Hamish who mentioned it, how the sport changed.
Yes.
It went from non-drafting, and it was
which
a
I
point
mastered.
Which you did, and it was a point of pride that we did not draft, but to get into the Paralympics, to get into Olympics, we had to adapt, right? We had to become we had to eliminate the draft marshals playing a role.
And I hated it. I was totally against it. You know, I had set myself up to be the fastest non-drafting athlete out there.
Right.
And then all of a sudden they throw the spanner in the works, and I understand even then why they did it. Didn't mean that I agreed with it, but
you had to change. You had to adapt.
And I did, and I think that's probably what I'm probably proudest of the most, that, you know, I adapted and changed to something that I was successful at, and then had to reassess how my training was going to progress. And very proud of my 8 medals that I achieved in drafting races. And
you watched it from the very beginning, how those early races weren't the most professionally produced things in the world, but over time, the ITU races are sort of the gold standard of how races are run.
Yeah, it's, you know, being an Australian, we saw some of the most professional run races in the world, and now here we are, you know, coming into our 5th Olympics on the Olympic stage, the ITU World Championships on the last couple of days, and the next few days, you know, you look at the sport and you just go, wow, 8,000 participants this weekend. You know, it says a lot about our sport, and I think that's what sets our sport apart from any other sports. We don't just embrace our elite athletes. We don't just embrace our para-athletes. We embrace everyone, age groupers, first-timers. Doesn't matter, you know, where you come from, you're part of the triathlon family. Equal opportunity abuser. We don't care, big, small. And that's what's been really cool about triathlon. It has been an equal gender sport, and there's not many sports out there that can say that. Absolutely. Michellie Jones, one of the class acts, one of my favorite people on the planet. We took a similar photo at the 2000 Olympics right before you went out and won your silver medal. I love it. You were the best. Good night, everyone. Michellie Jones has been our guest. She's going to bed. We are brought to you by Epson. We're live and sometimes live on triathlete.com. Hold on, everyone. We'll be right back.